How's it going, YouTube? We're back again. This is a very requested video, so I'm finally gonna try to get it together and put it out for you. Today we're gonna talk about how I fit 13-inch wheels on a 5th gen Prelude. Now, before we go any further, disclaimer. I am not going to guarantee every wheel is going to fit with this combination. In a second, I'll jack the car up and I will show you how close the inside of the rim is to the tie rod end and the brake caliper. I don't know how I got lucky to make all this stuff work, but I'm gonna share with you what I did and what parts I used and how I had to modify them. This is not a direct bolt-on kit. So I just want that to be clear right out of the gate. A lot of people ask, and I don't necessarily like telling everybody what I do to make it work, because it's kind of like going down a rabbit hole. First off, the wheels I'm using are Belak Industries 13x9 with a 5-inch backspacing. That's really important, and I'll show you why whenever I lift the vehicle up here in a second. Single bead locked, they work great. I can air these all the way down. They're killer. And these slicks are actually like 5-ish years old. So before next season, I plan on getting a new set of slicks. But these are the MMH 24.5 by, where is it? 9.5. I think so, something like that. Where's that? There we go. 9.5 by 24.5 by 13. So this is the slick that all the sport front-wheel drive guys basically use. When I was originally speccing these wheels and these tires, I was following Speed Factory very closely, and I noticed the Speed Factory hatch that went 200-something mile an hour, fastest whatever. They had a 13x9 and a 24.5 by 9.5 slick at the time when I decided to go this route. So that's what I went with. So I'll get it jacked up real quick, and we'll take a look underneath, and then I'll pull the wheel off and I'll show you what I had to do to make all the brakes work. All right, guys, we are underneath the Prelude. And this is how close the tie rod is to the wheel. There is literally maybe 2 millimeters in here. I know, I'm a madman. What can I say? So, like I said before, I will not guarantee you any of this will work. This is the caliper. There's a lot more clearance on the caliper, but this outer tie rod is the main issue. Now, I'm not running a spacer. I'm not running a spacer on this wheel. The backspacing ended up being perfect for the setup. So I will pull the wheel off real quick, and then we can talk about what brakes we got on here. Very light. So I am fairly certain that this is a 5-inch backspacing. Let me check real quick though. Yeah. So 5-inch backspacing basically means where the wheel mounts to the hub from this point to this point is 5 inches. And it's really hard to tell on the camera because of the tire, but yes, it's 5-inch backspacing. And these wheels were bought, I don't know, 5 years ago. So I also cannot guarantee you that the rim design is that same. So if you get your wheels, you may have to run a spacer. So I'm neither gonna confirm nor deny any of this works. Let me grab a light. Okay. Now, so the rotors that I use to make this work and what I recommend you use, there may be better solutions out there, but this is what I did. These are rotors off of a 2002 to a 2006 RSS base model. It's got to be the base model. Can't be the Type S because the rotor is smaller and it's 5-lug. Now, you cannot just buy the rotors and put them on the Prelude hub because the hat is too big and the inner diameter right here is too small. Sorry, the hat's too small and the inner diameter is too small. So to make it work on a Prelude hub, you have to remove your hub or buy a new hub and machine the hub down and machine the inner bore out. It needs to go out to 70 millimeter. I don't know what the OD needs to be on the hub. If you decide to go that way, I would buy new hubs, new rotors, take them to a machine shop. If you're doing this, you should be able to find someone to turn down your hub, the OD of your hub, and machine out the center bore of the rotor. So just take both of them and say, make these fit. So you'll need to buy new wheel bearings to do all that. Other route, this hub is actually the upgraded spline hub for the drive shaft shop 5.9 level axles for the Prelude. Now, I do not believe that hub or the rotor needs any modification at all. I did the modification to my old hubs before I upgraded axles, and I made it work. Since I've put these hubs in, it just slid right on. Everything was fine. It looks like it didn't need machined. So if you're going all out, go drive shaft shop 5.9s, get the upgraded hubs. Then once you press the hubs on, it is essentially a bolt-on deal. That's the only loophole there. So if you are getting new hubs and there's a possibility that you do need to run spacers, 100% recommend extended ARP lug studs or equivalent, whatever brand you decide. So that covers rotor, RSX base model 2002 to 2005. I'll put all the parts, year ranges of all the vehicles in the description. That's what you need for the rotor and the hub. Now, calipers. It's a Prelude, but we want smaller calipers. The 4th gen SI and S model have the smaller rotors, but you can't use them because they are 4-lug instead of 5-lug. So that's why we use the RSX rotor. But the caliper is the same. It doesn't matter what the lug pattern is. So the caliper and the brake pads are from a 2001 to 2006 4th gen Prelude SI or S. Okay, pretty simple. I highly recommend something very aggressive because this definitely affects your braking. I went from stopping pretty decent to not so decent, and I've gotten into some sketchy situations. So, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. You know, you are downsizing your brakes. So, do this at your own risk. A lot of people like drilled rotors. I prefer the slotted for the look. I don't suggest drilled personally because I've seen them crack in between the drill marks from overheating. And I've cracked a previous set of rotors from overheating them, you know, doing some Mexico runs and stuff. So, yeah. But that's what I got. I got these guys from O'Reilly's or Napa or AutoZone. You just tell them you need some Prelude 4th gen SI. Just tell them you need 95 Prelude S or Prelude SI 2.3 liter non-VTEC calipers, some RSX base model 2005 rotors, and there you go. I'd recommend doing a hub, taking the rotors and the hub as a set to the machine shop, saying here, make this fit, and then you have to press to get the new hub on, you got to press the wheel bearing off, you got to take the knuckle off, you got to do all that. So if you're wanting to do 13s, I'm assuming you have the ability or the knowledge or the skill or the resources to get that done. So, sorry guys, GoPro died on me real quick. So just to wrap this up, this is a highly requested video. I know y'all have been asking for it, so here it is. Take this with a grain of salt. Like I've said, the whole video, not guaranteeing all this is gonna work. Theoretically it should. I mean, I'm at work, so if you got enough resources and willpower, you can make it work. But that's definitely what I've done. It sucks that I can't run any less backspacing to suck the tire and the wheel further into the wheel well. It does stick out a solid 4 or 5 inches. I measured it when it was on the car earlier. So, but yeah, I think it's definitely a huge upgrade over 15s, and it's gonna be the combination that's probably gonna make all the cars fast. So, yeah, if you wanna try to take it on, tackle it, be my guest. Hopefully, some of this information helped you, and you can make your car just as fast. So, appreciate you guys watching. Sorry it took me so long. I know I said I've been gonna make this video forever. Please, please, please give it a share, give it a like, give me a comment. If you do some research and you find a different rotor that's the same dimensions besides the bore, let me know so I can share it with people so they don't have to get a new hub or modify their hub or press wheel bearings in and out and all that. So yeah, you know, we're here to help everybody out and make everybody go fast. So good luck on doing the conversion. So there you go. All right, see you guys.